whatever he did to be the best protector, the best provider for me, my sister, my mother. So it was after playing Jayesh and using that emotional memory of my father and pouring that into Jayesh, and after playing Jayesh, is that I have a much deeper understanding, a much deeper appreciation and value attached to everything that my father did for us. And yeah, I've been very fortunate in my life to have been shaped into a sensitive adult, because I've been really raised by feminine forces. Like I mentioned, my father was in the pursuit of protecting us and providing for us. So on a daily basis, I was raised by Nani, Mummy, my Didi, who's like a second mother to me, now Deepika. They are my angels, you know. They protect me. They are my life force. They are the source of my joy. And yeah, I've been surrounded by strong feminine energies, and therefore I'm my English is really good, but oftentimes my vocabulary is good, but oftentimes I find myself at a loss of words to describe to you what the women in my life mean to me. They are literally the center of my universe.
I'm so glad you put it that way. Dating Deepika, through the time you got married and even now you continue, I think both of you shared such a respectful and empowering relationship for each other, and I think it comes from a place of very, very, you know, secure person. I feel like all this has also showed where you think that feminine energy is there, and I think it's an observation.
Yeah.
I feel, I want to know.
You're absolutely right. You know,
tell me about that relationship, because I think for others who look up to you and see, I think it's so important to put there and be that person and be that man, I think, defining that man.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on every count, and thank you for that, because I oftentimes don't really stop to think about all these things. I'm just living it. It's in a moment like this that I realize, हाँ, ऐसा है और अच्छा है. I would start with saying that the reason I am this kind of man with my partner is because of my mother and sister. You know, the way they've raised me to be. This film as well, it begs the question, right? असली मर्द की परिभाषा क्या है? And it's forced me to think कि वाकई में यार असली मर्द की परिभाषा क्या है? I feel a real man is one who, like you said, is one very secure in who he is, and two, who uses his strength to uplift others. Yeah. I think, I don't know any other way, but I find it like, I find it weird that it stands out to people as an anomaly, how supportive and secure I am. I mean, I feel like everybody should be.
I feel like more than an anomaly, we're like, thank God, you know, that this is being normalized, because there's so much, the masculinity is in the society is otherwise so like, ye asli mard ye hai.
No, I agree.
This is, I think, refreshing, I feel.
I agree. There is patriarchy prevalent in every aspect of society. But I recognize in Deepika, you know, I look beyond her gender, you know. When I look upon her, I look upon her as a spirit, as an energy. When I look upon her, I don't look upon her, I'm like, it's not the fact that she's a woman that comes to me. I first look at her soul. She, for me, is, what is Deepika? Is she a name? Is she the flesh, the flesh and blood body that she inhabits? So I look beyond all of these layers to recognize her soul. And her soul is beautiful. She is, she's such a special energy. She's so kind and she's so good. And I think a lot of that has to do with the way she's been raised. Has a lot to do with her parents. She's a beautiful spirit and energy. And I recognize in her that when you add on the layers of flesh and blood, personality, name, what is her name, Deepika Padukone, what is she? You know, when you add all of these things, I also recognize that she is more accomplished than I am. She's more evolved a person than I am. She's always been throughout her life more independent than I am. You know, I'm getting there. I'm taking, I wouldn't even say taking steps, I'm taking strides towards that kind of evolution and independence, but she's already there. And I recognize that, I'm well aware of that. I can be that objective. And I also recognize that her emotional intelligence is superior to mine.